Hubler Auto Group Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Thomas Crow, and joining me once again, it's great to have you back, Brian.
Thomas, it's always great to be here. Enjoy it. We don't do these nearly enough.
No, we don't.
Your senior year, this is one of the last times we'll be able to do this, last few times. I mean, are we doing this next semester?
I don't know,
I think
probably.
maybe someone else is doing it.
We'll get after it. We'll figure
You
something
might have a Kleenex. I'm going to cry.
I know. Anyway, with us today we have the most intimidating guest that we have on here, by far, someone who can body slam both of us through a table at any point in time. We have with us Franklin Community High School wrestling coach Jim Tonte. Coach.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. How we doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. All right. So you're here today. The wrestling season is about to start.
Yep.
You had last year, you had a great group of seniors who kind of left after so much success throughout their time. We've got Rage on the stage starting tomorrow. Just walk us through what we're looking for this season.
Well, as you said, we did lose a great group of kids last year. Several multi-state appearances out of this group, and last year's team took third in the team state duels. So it's really kind of unique because we got a group of kids that have been around the program forever since they were little, but it's kind of their time to shine, and a whole new group of seniors, and they have the opportunity to kind of, take the reins and kind of make a name for themselves because they've kind of been behind this other group, even though they've been an integral part of it. So Friday night will be a big opportunity for this group. We're a mixture of young and old. We have some young kids in the lineup as well, some freshmen and sophomores. So it's going to be interesting from a wrestling standpoint. I hope what I'm going to see Friday night is going to be something that we that we've prepared for and we execute right. But from a show standpoint, there's going to be nothing better out there. This might be the greatest show in wrestling on Friday night. So it's going to be pretty cool. Rage 2, Rage on the Stage 2.
So, obviously, like you just said, Rage on the Stage 2. The first one was a big hit. Mm-hmm. How are we doing it even bigger now?
Well, Mr. Corliss has got some great ideas, and when it comes to choreographing some of these things, I'm trying to picture how this is all going to work because it's, now we had the light show last time, the walkout songs, and the cameras was awesome, the big screen behind the mat, and then the two screens off to the side. So it was, I had coaches from other schools coming to watch last time. They're like, man, that is really cool. But, now he's added the fogger and the lighting's a little bit different. And we've ordered some new uniforms that are, they're called two-piece instead of a singlet. It's like fighter shorts and a compression shirt, and they're white, so they're going to glow in the with the kind of black lights and lights that I think Corliss has. It's going to look pretty cool. And then we've pre-sold a lot of, Valerie Petty had a shirt made for us that's a glow-in-the-dark Rage on the Stage. So it's going to pop out in the crowd. So there's going to be some really kind of cool things that, I'm sitting back waiting to see how, what's this going to look like, man. This is going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. Just hopefully we wrestle well. You know what I mean?
Now, here's a thought. I don't know if you've thought about this or not. In front of the stage, there's the orchestra pit. Mm-hmm. Have we thought about putting water in that? And then whoever goes into the orchestra pit, and maybe even sharks?
That's not a bad idea.
So
Rage on the Stage with sharks in the water.
That would be that would add a little element to it, wouldn't it?
That would add something.
We had a kid, Jalen Haltom, that you guys may remember a couple years ago, was a senior. And he was wrestling a state qualifier from Jeffersonville, a really athletic kid who blast doubled him. Like Ray Lewis ran through him and put him through the wall almost, but the wall was brick. So had he went the other way, we would have been in that water tank. So
I don't know if the liability on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if you get parents signing.
That might be kind of cool though.
So with the team, with the way we've got it set up and everything, you talked about there's a mixture of young and old. Mm-hmm. So why don't you just give a shout out to some of those wrestlers on the team and what we're looking for as far as individuals?
Well, two of our seniors are returning state qualifiers at 220 and heavy. Nolan Skaggs and Jacob Johnson are both back, both ranked in the state. going into this year. Jacob just signed with University of Indianapolis, they're one of the premier D2 programs in the country. They're always top 10, top 12. So that was a really good, getting for Jacob to get that out of the way, get his signing out of the way, and now he can focus on this season and not be worried about that was a good thing for him. Nolan kind of came through late last year and wasn't expected to make it to the state in most people's eyes, and kind of upset a kid in the ticket round. Now everybody knows this is a returning state qualifier. They've prepped for Nolan a little bit, so he's going to have a tough weight class all year long. And but those two guys kind of lead the charge. Jude Barger's ranked 11th in the state, another ranked kid. Jude will be wrestling 145 this weekend. Still undetermined really where some of our kids are going to go for the whole season. But Jude had a good off season, did some really good things, wrestled some state place winners, did some really good matches. So those are our three guys that are actually ranked in the state. Ethan Jeffrey is at 138 right now. Dason Lashley is at 132. There's a couple of our other seniors that have been in the lineup since I've been here. They've been in the varsity lineup, and even I think the year before, their freshman year, got quite a bit of varsity time as well. So those are kind of our core seniors. We've got some other seniors. Caleb Ingram was a soccer player, has a chance to be in the lineup as well. Braden Means has been around the program since he was a little kid, has a chance to be in the lineup. So that senior group, they've been in this program since, I've seen them at club tournaments since they were like 6 years old. So like I said, it's their time to shine, and we're expecting some big things out of that group. Now that's the older side, and we got some young kids as well. Aidan Woods, little Aidan will be in the varsity lineup tomorrow night, and he weighs about 90 pounds soaking wet. He's a tough little wrestler. He's going to be outmanned most of the year, just size-wise. I mean, most 106-pounders are cutting from 110, 111, and like I said, he weighs 90 pounds. So, but if you watch him practice, you're like, man, that kid's really good. His technique's good. His speed, his athleticism for a little kid's good. So, freshman there, Colton Stevens and Ryan Million. There's a freshman and sophomore, both in the lineup at 13 and 120. Luke Becker, obviously, is one of our top returning kids. He's only a sophomore. His brother Jake was a state qualifier last year. Luke won over 25 matches for us as a freshman on the varsity level last year. So we're expecting big things out of Luke down in that 120, 126 area. Caleb Whis was a semi-state qualifier last year, and he's going to be around that 126, 132 weight classes. And, Caleb's in and out of some of the rankings, and really was right there last year to make it to the state. So we're expecting some big things out of Caleb and Luke are kind of our, non-senior guys that we expect a lot out of that were in the lineup last year. Dylan Forbes, sophomore, won a wrestle-off match last night, had a great off-season as well. So, Dylan has an opportunity to do some things for himself. Caleb Owens is a sophomore, another kid that placed in middle school state that'll be in the lineup for the first time. Very, very athletic kid, and he'll be at 195. So we've got these are freshmen and sophomore kids that'll be in the lineup that, when you put 5 or 6 9th and 10th graders in your lineup, that's pretty good for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we look too far ahead in the future, tell us about Jeffersonville and what you think is going to happen on Friday.
Well, so Jeffersonville's a program where they do a lot of off-season work. They got one of the biggest clubs in the state of Indiana. They have over 200 kids in their youth program. They've had several high school All-Americans. So they are a solid program. Danny Structer, head coach, wrestled at University of Indianapolis, and he's actually what's called a gold coach. And so he makes trips with Team USA, goes out of the country. And so they have a lot of experience, especially in the Olympic styles in Greco-Roman. What that means is they can throw a lot. So, they're usually pretty athletic, pretty physical. He's the strength coach at their high school, too, so those kids they're strong, and they'll throw you around. We just got to hope that we're a little bit better wrestlers than they are at this point. But they're going to be a good opponent for us to start off with, and I expect with some of our youth, it's going to be a pretty good dual meet.
Good.
When we're looking ahead to the season, obviously with the county and the conference are the two in-season focuses. How's the county and the conference looking? I know, Perry Meridian, that program is whoever started that, I don't know.
Yeah. It's been built up from the ground.
Know a little bit about it, and it's fun actually to honestly see. I know all those kids since they were, and that's what you get out of a Perry Meridian. Every kid in their lineup, even after I went to Warren for 4.5 years, I knew those kids since they were into kindergarten, and now those guys are freshmen and sophomores in their lineup, and so the Perry, the conference, Perry's always going to be a tough opponent. They're not as strong as they've been the last few years, and I say that, and they've got 5 kids ranked in the top 4 in the state. And that when you say they're not as strong, that's pretty strong. And then our county, I know we don't like to talk about that, red school down the road a little bit, but they're really good right now. Cedar Grove's, this is that group that they brought this group up together through the youth. They traveled all together. They wrestled in a lot of these dual meet tournaments across the country. So a lot of their kids are very seasoned. So Cedar Grove in the county and Perry in the conference obviously are 2 top 5 ranked teams in the state, and they're going to be very tough.
All right, well, Coach, Friday, like you said, I think Friday is going to be a show that nobody wants to miss. In the pack at 6:30, 6?
So I think doors open, I think at 5. Honestly, I'm not real sure. The meet is scheduled to start at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And we do have some festivities. It's alumni night. After there's 14 matches, after 7 matches, we're calling it halftime. And at halftime, we're going to bring the former wrestlers up on the mat and kind of introduce those guys.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, 6 o'clock in the pack, Friday night, Rage on the Stage. Coach, we wish you the best of luck on Rage on the Stage and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
It's live stream too.
Yes, it is live stream on IHSATV.org. The Champions Network, the Grizzly Cup Network, will have it on there for you. So check that out. If you can't make it, we'll show all the festivities just as if you were there. Coach,
awesome.
Best of luck. Brian, thanks for joining me. And I am Thomas Crow, and this has been the Hubler Auto Group Coach's Corner.
Hubler is proud to be the official sponsor of Franklin Athletics. Score massive savings on all your favorite brands. Plus get our 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty included. For all auto needs, just click drivehubler.com. Let's go Grizzly Cubs!